while. He plans to stay here for a while, man. He ain't worrying about the Most High. Yep, that's right. But that's in his mind, man. Yep. That's that pride in him, man.
Well, that Edomite, we had an Edomite earlier. He's one of them guys. Yeah, he came up here. He was an idiot. I stole one of the bars lines. He thought he was on a high level. I said, you went for Sana.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
yeah, but I told him that.
The bar uses non-compass mentors.
Yeah, right. So I told him that. But basically, he said, yeah, I listened to you Israelites for years, you guys. He said, give me a timetable. I said, I can't give you a timetable. I said, but I know it's coming soon. He said, what, the next 10 years? I said, less than that. I know it's going to be, I don't know when, but I know it's ain't going to be less than 10 years. The Lord is coming. Look at the prophecies, man. But his mentality, he was an Edomite, that everything going, I said, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be okay. The average Edomite thinks that way because their leaders tell them that. Like the Elder Tahar said, Esau believes they're going to go on.
They're proud. Book of Enoch thing, man. Book of Enoch. What's that all about?
Oh, okay, good. Good question, brother. The Book of Enoch, there were ancient books in the Bible, right? There was a book called the Book of Yasha. You know, they kept records and stuff. But these books that they sell out here called the Book of Enoch and the Book of Yasha, those are bull. Esau put that together, man, to make money. Because when you read it, you see that it's nonsense in there, you know?
Which one was the one where, was it Esau had a fight with Nimrod or something like that?
Right, yep.
Was that the Book of
No, that was a Book of Yasha. So that's not the real Book of Yasha, you know?
Babylon Blackfish. I'm trying to mention the Book of Enoch is mentioned in the Bible.
First of all, he's a dude's a clown, man. That dude's a clown, brother. Yeah, Enoch is mentioned in Genesis. It's also mentioned. Enoch is also mentioned in the Apocrypha is mentioned in Apocrypha and in Jude and in New Testament. Yeah, Enoch just means loosely translated. It means enlightened one, educated one.
He was supposed to be like the distant grandfather to Noah, right?
He's part of that line because they give you the whole line. Exactly. Yep. I believe so. Now the thing about Enoch, and you can give me that in the scriptures as well, that he didn't see death, man. Most High just took him straight in the heavens. It was him and Elijah.
The 25th, but you can't say that.
Right, him and Elijah. Yep.
You're saying that demons came into the earth before the angels and they had babies. But how do you explain the demons? That's what you're saying.
The thing is, they're not demons. They were Israelites. They're making it spooky. We're gonna go through that too. Since you asked that question, okay, we're gonna go through it so everybody can get it. All right. When you finish that, get me. Matter of fact, y'all can do it, man. On Genesis 6. Because everybody's teaching. Let me just say this. When you go on YouTube, right? Right. When you read about the giants, the fallen angels, anytime well, that's good, brother. You're gonna feel better when the white man does that. You know? And that's a victory sign.
Go back to
Hey, but anyway, anytime you go to YouTube and you go into the fallen angels, the giants, there were giants in the earth, the sons of God, the Nephilim, that they got together with the children of men and all that, and they had babies and all that. Anytime you go to any YouTube account or go to Google, they're all going to say the same thing, that they're people from another galaxy. They came down. That's bullshit, man. Or even this chick, that old chick that's supposed to be, what do you call that? She's bringing out all this stuff about the Illuminati. She used to work for the IMF or something. What's her name? No. She's an older chick with black hair. No, Kudo or something like that. You sent me a video on her. She's an old Edomite chick and she used to work for the IMF. She claimed she worked for the IMF, and she kind of got away from it. So now she's on these different shows, and she's mostly on YouTube, right? I was watching a video of this old bitch. I said, this bitch don't know what the hell's going on. Now somebody had put a comment and said that, and wrote one word, disinformation. So I think she was going into that. And she was saying that the Illuminati are not even human, that they're critters. And then the guy said, well, where'd you get that from? And she said, I got it from the internet. But anyway, anytime you deal with that subject, they're going to tell you it's some people from another planet that came down. That's book. It's talking about us. Give me the scripture.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came.
That's why you got to know that Hebrew. You got to know the etymology of words, the truth of the word, the root of the word. Go ahead and read that out.
It says Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth. And
men is talking about all men. Go ahead.
And daughters were born unto them.
You had children. You had offspring. Go ahead.
It says that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters.
Right there, the sons of the Most High is talking about who?
Israelites.
Talking about Israelites, but they weren't being called Israelites. You know how I know that they were talking about Israelites? Because what does the word Israel mean? Dr. Ali Muhammad broke it down right. Actually, well, yes, but it means literally, Yasha Allah means he, prince, power, or he is a prince of God, or he is a son of God. Read that again.
It says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High,
that the sons of the Most High, the sons of, read it verbatim,
that the sons of God,
that the sons of God. Is God the king? Yes. Yeah. If God has sons, what do you call them? Princes, right? So what's the name for sons of God? Princes of God, right? Or he is a prince of God. So it's talking about Israelites before they received the name Israelites, man. Go ahead, Ak.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of...
That the Israelites, before they were called Israelites, before Jacob was on the scene, go ahead.
Saw the daughters of men.
Who are the daughters of men? They made a movie out with this guy, Clive Owens, what they call it, the sons of men.
Sons of men.
And what were they talking about? They were talking about all the different nations, man.
That's right.
So the daughters of men represent what? It represents the actual daughters, and it represents the sons. It represents their offspring. Go ahead.
It says, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
Saw the daughters of men that they were fair, that they were beautiful. You look at a Moabite chick, certain Jakes like Moabite chicks, man. You know? Especially if they built like the nigga woman. You got Jakes out there, well, a lot of Jakes, they like Hawaiian women, man. And they're not of our people. Alright? That's why King Solomon, in the height of his power, how many nation women did he marry? All of them pretty damn much. He married the Edomites. He married the Moabites, the Ammonites. He married the Egyptians. So he had, and you know when he married them, he looked at one, oh, I like her. She looked good. She's an Egyptian, I'm gonna get her. Oh, I like her, that Edomite. She looked good, I'm gonna get her. All right? Go ahead, Al.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
Did not Solomon do that?
Yeah.
Which was a son of God? Did not he chose wives?
That's right. Yes, he did.
Took wives of his own choosing? Of other nations? Go ahead, Ak.
It says, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Go ahead.
There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Yeah. Like, look, okay, let me give you an example. Derek Jeter, right? He's a celebrated Yankee, right? His father was an Israelite. What was his mother? An Edomite, a woman of another nation. Is he not a man of renown?
That's right.
You got a lot. Oh, Muhammad Ali. His mother had a lot of Edomite blood in her, man.
That's right. That's right.
And his father was dark as hell.
That's right.
Why do you go around talking about how pretty he was? Because of his mother, not because of his father.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
His mother, Muhammad Ali's mother, looked like she could be a Gaddite, but he had some Gaddite blood.
He had some Gaddite in her, but she had Edomite blood in her too.
She was mixed. She was all mixed up. Irish.
Yep.
She was Native American, Irish.
Why God dealt with him with the Parkinson's, because he was going against racial, calling him a monkey and all that.
Yeah, the most I got him because he was pushing. He was pushing Islam.
Yeah, that's why the most I got him. Hey, we call niggas monkeys too. Most I ain't get them for that, but you know.
Yeah, because the main one was because of Islam.
Yeah, Islam shit.
The religion of Islam, all right? Now, did you look up the word giants? From Nephilim?
Hey, so King David, them guys talking about King David. King David's grandmother was a Moabite. So that's like, and David was a great warrior. But his on his mother's line, he had that so-called Moabite blood. So David might have been a good-looking guy. David might have had he might have had little slanted eyes. He might have had them niggas. We don't know, right? We don't know about that.
Well, David was a good-looking guy
He's a good-looking guy anyway.
Because that's when Israel was in their power, man.
That's right.
And the Moabites were dark.
That's right.
We're going to show you. We're going to prove it.
Yeah.
We're going to prove it. The men of renown are the celebrities. All right? The giants, you're going to read it right now. You got it? I can tell them off the top of my head anyway. But anyway, the word giant, when you look up the word giant, is it actually in the margin over there in the red Bible? Should it tell you that? No. Anyway, the word giant, you got it. All right, read it.
The word giant from the Hebrew napayal, which is giants, the Nephilim. Don't really go into too much, but then when you go to the root word is Nepal.
Nepal, huh?
And the root word Nepal, just waiting for it to load up.
Yep.
It means fallen.
Yep, to fall.
Yep.
Yep.
Now in the Latin or the Spanish is Eliajante.
No, Gigante. We're the fallen.
Yeah.
Where we supposed to be? Up in the heavens, right? Why are we down here? Because we're the fallen angels, man. And we're locked up in chains. What are the chains? Thank you. The human body. Now, did any of y'all brothers see that movie Noah? You saw it? Anybody? Y'all, you saw it?
The rocks.
Okay, right, the rocks. You saw the rocks in there? They were trying to say that those were the angels, according to the scriptures, that the Most High put them down there in rocks. So there was rocks walking around, but you can see their eyes and their heart, but they were light. And they showed when they were dying that the rocks split open, burst open, and they flew back into heavens.
They asked for the
And the Most High said that they cursed him. That's bullshit, man.
Nonsense.
That's Esau's Hollywood bullshit, okay?
They asked for the Lord to beam them back up.
That's right. But those are us. Give me that Jude and Peter.
Are you trying to say that our souls came down here and there's punishment of the bodies?
We're down here today. We've been cursed. The curse started with Adam. Matter of fact, give me that in Genesis 3rd chapter. He said, by the sweat of your brow. So the curse started with Adam, man. Most High cursed Adam. And then the Most High pushed Adam and Eve and the Adamites outside the garden, man. Where's the garden at? The garden's over there in Israel. The whole earth is Eden. Paradise. Right, from the Hebrew word Aidan, which means paradise. And they said there was a garden eastward in Eden. So Eden is the whole earth. And we got to start using that term. The Most High going to change this Aidan.
That's right. Eden. That's right.
Aidan in the Hebrew. The English form is Eden, which means because this was once a paradise.
And it was one massive land too.
Pangea. Pangea. That's right. That's from the direct land of Adam. That's that one line. Man. Those are. Well, right before the flood, it was called a Pangea. After the flood, that's when the whole earth was broken up.
That's right.
And the continents, exactly. Yep. That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Art.
Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying.
And it's not a real tree. They always show you that Adam and Eve was eating the apple. They wouldn't eat no damn apple. Yeah, but that was,
And
with
the
the
movie was
berries.
a heart.
Right. Come
They
on.
showed you Transformers building the ark. Listen to that movie, man.
Go ahead.
Thou
You
shalt-
watch it for entertainment, man. To us, that was a comedy. It was a comedy to us, man. Hollywood bullshit. Go ahead, Art.
Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
In other words, you got to work for your food, man. Go ahead.
Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of
What's the herb of the field? Medicine, man. Go ahead.
in the sweat of thy face.
That means you're going to have to put some hours in, man. We still putting hours in. You get caught out there, the system catch you, right? And then a serious crime, but they say, well, you got 7 days, what do you call that, community service, man. You ever see them jakes out there in the park picking up papers and shit?
Highways.
Right, on the highways and stuff. They doing some paying some petty little crime that they goddamn committed, man. Cause they try to do that shit to us, man.
Yeah.
They went from, I said, no, I ain't taking those 7 days. It went down to 3 days, I ain't taking it. Went down to 2 days, and went down to 1. I said, I ain't taking 1 day.
Kiss my ass, man.
Cause I ain't going to slavery like that.
Put on them bright yellow jackets like you
I said,
would
man,
from
the hell with
transit.
you. And then basically what happened, they threw the shit out, man. Go ahead, Art.
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. I got another one here. This is Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned.
For that all have sinned. All right?
I got the one.
Now there's a scripture, I believe it's in Ezekiel, where it said their bows were not like his bows. 31. And then we're going to have to go back to Genesis with the aprons, because that ties into that. All right? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 31, and she said that? Yes. I started at 5. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field.
Listen now, listen. Read again.
Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field.
Who's it talking about? It's talking about Adam. But it's referring to him as a tree. It's saying that he was the tallest tree among all the trees. The other trees that were shorter than him were the other nations. Hey, you know what? How many Pakistanis you know playing for the NBA? Huh? How many gooks? Oh, you had this guy, Yao Ming. Now, if you keep up with basketball, with the NBA, when he first started first year, didn't he used to fall all over himself? And them jakes used to laugh at his ass?
He got dunked on by him with a short.
Yep. He used to fall, stumble, and they used to laugh at. Watch him when he was young, man. But Jake worked with him and got him up to a certain level. But did that slitty-eyed goop ever become a Michael Jordan? Did he ever become a Dr. J? Okay? All he was a damn tall goop, man.
Tallest dude in the NBA.
That's right. But New Bolt, he was just a big, tall Hamite, man. That's all he was. And he was a descendant, of the original Egyptians, man.
That's right.
He would most likely be a Philistine. Like going back to these black unconscious guys, they're trying to say that Israel never exists. Well, wait a minute. Israel had war among the Philistines. Who in the hell were the Philistines fighting against? And there's records on that, man. Go ahead, Ak.
It says, therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his bows were multiplied.
Do you know us? Do we know you? Have you ever seen us on YouTube? Do you read the Bible? Okay, good. You're just an innocent bystander. All right, go ahead.
Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his bows...
Now, how is the Most High talking to people? He's talking to people parabolically, man. Like you got this guy that had a so-called weigh-in debate with this guy, Dr. Ali Muhammad, and what's the guy that he debated against? Soccer War, right? And then Dr. Ali Muhammad, he read out of Songs of Solomon, and he said Solomon didn't write them songs. It was his wife that was writing it to him. That's bullshit. Because when you go to the first page, or the very top, the word there, the songs, which is Solomon's, all right, and it's poetic. Then he said that when you go down to the 5th and 6th verse, it said that it was Solomon's wife, which he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. All right, he had a lot of women. He said that she was ashamed of her blackness because she made a statement: I am black but comely. I am black but beautiful. Now when you go into Hebrew, the word is not and, abal, right? Abal. It's but. And wa is and. When it says anya, I think it says kashak, wa. It didn't say yapar, it was another word. It started with a na. But it translates to I am black and beautiful. That's what it translates to. Okay?
Yeah.
So that was Solomon talking about himself. And when he said, let him kiss me with the kisses of his lips, he's talking about the Most High, man. And then it switches up. It seems like he's talking to a woman. He's talking about wisdom.
Okay.
That's what you call poetry, man. Allegories. So the same thing, metaphors. So the same thing, when they speak about Adam, was that Ezekiel 31? It said that he was the tallest of all the trees. We know Adam wasn't a tree.
That's right.
Or the Adamites were not trees. But that's parabolic. That's why people can't understand this book, man. You can't read this book page 1, Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Deuteronomy 1, Deuteronomy 2. Psalm, you can't. The scriptures are not meant to be read that way. The scriptures is a puzzle. Okay? Yeah.
So Psalms was read by Solomon.
No, the Songs of Solomon was written by Solomon. It says the songs of Solomon. David wrote the Psalms. Actually, the Psalms are songs.
Yeah. Another word.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Psalms with a P.
With a P, right. I'm talking about the Songs of Solomon. Psalms is David and other. There was other people, not just David. There was other people that wrote some of them Psalms too. Asaph. Yep, he wrote a lot of them. Yep. There was another one, Moses, a 91st Psalm. Moses wrote that Psalm. There was another one, Rehu. I gotta look it up, but there was another one. All right. Go ahead.
This Song of Solomon 1 and 5. Shakawara anya wana awa.
Wana awa. Read again.
Wana.
No, read the whole phrase.
Shakawara.
Black. I am black. Go ahead.
Anya.
Anya. Black. I am. Go ahead.
Wana.
Wa is and. Go ahead.
Na awa.
Na awa. Beautiful.
They changed the but to make it seem like something else.
That's the translator. They changed it. All right.
That simple word just makes it seem like something
It changes the whole idea.
This is actually Aramaic.
That would be like the Aramaic. or what they call Syrian. But it goes back to this ancient Hebrew.
That's what
It goes back to the Lashon Tahar. All right. See, now people gonna be talking shit. But what the pure language in the Hebrew is Lashon Tahar, right? See, Tahar saying that he wrote.
That's proof right there why you're supposed to study the Hebrew. It's one word.
That's how you get. That's how you get the full understanding of the scriptures, man. You gotta labor, and then the Spirit has to be working with you, man. Okay, well you gotta talk to this brother, cause him and certain other brothers, they make Hebrew videos, man. It's the same thing. The writing is different. The writing is different. Like I'm gonna show you right here on the first page. That would be the Aramaic. Some call it the Syrian. I don't even know if you got that page left. Okay, see that right there? That would be like the Aramaic, and then the ancient, the Paleo Hebrew is different. Okay, which scholars, right? Which the scholars call it they call it the Phoenician tongue. When you look up the word Phoenicia, right?
Phonics.
Right, but Phoenicia goes back to the Canaanites. If you go to Google and you put in Canaanites and you hit image, it'll show you the alphabet, and it's the ancient Hebrew alphabet, man. Or they'll call it the Punic languages. The Punic, I like to use that term. The Punic language, which the word Punic is nothing but a Latin word, Punici, all right, which goes back to the Greek word Phoenician, which goes back to the Canaanite word Canaan or Canaan. So why you keep using the word Punic? That's the white man's language, man.
And that's what the Greeks
The Punic Wars, the reason why they call it the Punic Wars, because the white man put in his record book and called it the Punici Wars. Because they were fighting against the Punici. The Romans were calling the Hannibal, he was calling them Punici, which means Canaan, the Canaanites. And there wasn't no Canaanites, man, they were Israelites. You have people calling us Canaanites because we were living in the land of Canaan, man. Oh, give me Isaiah 19.
It's like you ever heard of Jordan Maxwell? He's trying to say that the Hebrew language is not a Hebrew language, that it's actually a Phoenician Canaanite language.
It is a Canaan. The scholars call it. When they say anything about, when you read on anything about the Canaanite language or the Phoenician tongue, it's really talking about the Hebrew. Which Ali is right. Hebrew is not the name of a language. The word Hebrew, all right. Who was the first Hebrew? I'm asking y'all, who was the first? All right, that brother shot. Well, y'all had it too. All right. But there was this one guy up there in Harlem. He used to be in my camp years ago, if I remember, the chubby dude. And they asked him who's the first. So I met asked him who's the first Hebrew. And the guy said, "Well, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know everything." That's basic. That's GMS 101, man. Okay. The first Hebrew. Thank you. The first Hebrew is a man by the name of Eber. The word Hebrew goes back to the man Eber, man. Ibar. And the word Ibar or Hebrew means past. Like you have a past tense, present tense, and future tense. It doesn't mean Passover. When you look it up, the scholars will tell you it means Passover, which in a way is right, because if I pass over this bridge, I pass it. So that's how I pass. Right?
That's right. That's right.
But the word actually is it's actually a tense. It's actually a tense. Past as opposed to present or as opposed to future. These guys don't get into words. That's why Nate is stuck on stupid, man.
Like I said,
Go ahead.
And the reason why they call it the Canaanite or the Proto-Canaanite or those Phoenician language is because when you go back to the beginning, what was happening was all people were speaking the same language. So once the flood after the flood, people were still speaking that same language. So what happened was they all came together as one to build this tower to the heavens, and the Lord was displeased.